Welcome back to this Let's Play of The Last Remnant. Last time we finished off all the optional content, we did all of these side quests. We didn't actually complete every single guild task, so I can't say that I've got 100% completion on this game, but I may be a neurotic completionist, but I'm not crazy. Okay, I am crazy, but I'm not that kind of crazy. Anyway, we picked up there about where we left off in episode 109, which is just shy of the next boss fight for the plot. And there's some different monsters here spawning, whatever. And, unfortunately, since we've done all the optional content, it's actually a boss we've fought before.
What's that?
It's a remnant! One that can take us to the sacred lands.
Awesome, huh, Dave?
Then let's get ready to leave.
I believe you were warned about this. Continued association with the Conqueror would be harmful to your health.
Wagram!
You still have a chance to escape with your lives. Get out of here.
And if I refuse?
As you wish. I shall wipe your very existence from this earth. The binding oaths of magic old. Summon your being and your soul. From whitest heavens you shall soar. To darkest earth your home no more. Come forth!
He didn't have to do that last time, he just summoned it. Maybe he was just doing it more quietly. He wants to intimidate us with his poetry. It's not as bad as Vogon poetry, but, you know, could be better. Anyway, the Icy Idol we've fought before as part of the Idol's group. So I'm just going to kill off all of his supporting little friends just for the sake of cleanliness. I might be able to just go straight for the boss and win that way, but I don't know. A little wanton slaughter never hurt anyone, right? Well, I guess by definition it did. As long as it's not hurting me. And I'm saying that only about the game. I'm not, you know, I'm not a serial killer in real life. I assume you understand that, but my lawyers advise me to say so. Now, I'm hoping that the final boss, since he is the true conqueror, because we did all of the side quests, will actually be challenging. I have a feeling the rest of this will be an absolute joke. Yeah, I'm thinking of the Icy Idol. One is part of the Idol's fight. It's part of this guy. This will bode well for the difficulty of this fight. Now it is.
For the glory of Aslan!
People learn some interesting arts. Cyclone Green 5 is actually fairly potent.
Why do you walk down such a different path? Why don't you journey together?
He talking to Rush? Yeah, I think he's talking to Rush.
Fine. Do as you like. You are, after all,
yeah, they're hinting at the plot twist at the end of the game. If you've played the game before, you know what it is. It's actually kind of, I don't know, it's a plot twist. It could be less lame, but it's not. Now, this is not actually a point of no return. It's generally best to not go through here until you're sort of done with everything, but there are actually some, like, guild tasks you have to do on the far side. I'm going to save here, though. And we go to the Sacred Lands. Now, we've been to this area actually a couple times. Well, sort of to this area a couple times before. At least once. And, as before, we have the whole... This is actually kind of a nice scene, but I'm glad they don't make you walk the whole way. It's too bad they didn't. I mean, it would, add to some suspense, but I guess in the end it would just be tedious. Especially if you were coming back for the second or third time. And you're, by default, coming back the second time. There is some treasure and stuff here. There are also some monsters to fight here, most of which we kind of fought already. I'll do most of that off screen. It's kind of a tedious area. It's like many of the places before, there is no map. And you just sort of have to figure it out as you go. There are maps online of kind of what this place looks like, and it's sort of a hard place to map because it does kind of change as you go. And, this one is a little simpler than some of the earlier ones, in that you don't sort of go back around on yourself quite as much, but you do some. And there are these imps here. One of the treasures here is a demon blade, which is an item you need for one of the guild tasks, specifically it's the Labyrinth guild task number 5, or guild rank number 5, sorry. I mentioned before that that's one of the options for how to do it. I had a demon blade anyways from, I think, Khrynia's. Actually, I think I need one. But you can also go through Khrynia's upgrade path. While this area looks complicated, it is, when it comes down to it, linear. You just go from spot to spot. And I'm not going to bother being particularly thorough here. Alright, look. If you're gonna do that to me, I'm gonna fight you regardless. That was, Phalok, as I like to call him. Phalok, maybe? Anyway, he is, just an optional guild task monster. Very optional, because, well, you're on your way up to the final boss. We're almost through this dungeon at this point, and, well, not much point in going back to hand in a guild task unless you were gonna have to go back anyways. Speaking of going back, there's one of these teleporters that shows up that will take you back to the world map, and it's behind you, and I believe it's behind you here. Elevator go up. Because it's elevator. I can't remember what that's from. Probably Animaniacs. Probably, you know, a show I haven't watched in 20 years. Yeah, so that's the one that'll take you back to the map. And last time we saved in front of the big door, and sure, we'll save in front of the big door again. Gotta have traditions after all. And texture pop-in. The texture pop-in in this game is, you know, okay. I haven't commented on it so far, but I'm gonna comment on it now. It's really annoying, but it's the way it goes. You can turn down the graphics a long ways and not get any texture pop-in, because there won't be any texture to pop-in. But I guess I should shut up, because this is an important scene. Dramatic slowdown. This is like a rip-off from war movies, and Irina's sort of, you know, dainty little form really kind of looks way out of place for all the, you know, approach to the suicide mission.
What's your game, Conqueror?
I desire to release remnants from the hands of men.
Release?
The beings of this planet have become far too accustomed to using remnants as their tools. At this rate, they will push the remnants' power beyond their limits. They will destroy all existence.
Ridiculous. Do you really think so little of us?
Do you really think your trust in mankind is founded? My duty is to prevent that eventuality.
Who? What really are you?
Merely one warden of the remnants.
Implying there are others.
Warden?
So, there's something here in Illusion you need to release the remnants. Is that it?
You should know. This was not originally my task to complete. With the activation of this machine, all of the world's remnants will be freed.
While you're answering questions, maybe you can answer me this. Why did you do that to Emmy?
I desired to learn to what extent releasing the remnants would affect this world. Thankfully, I found that remnants merely consume lesser life forms, like men.
You almost had a good ethical argument against slavery there, and then, well, I guess you turned out to be an evil guy after all.
People consumed by remnants? Then, if all the remnants were released...
Well, do you finally understand?
I understand that you don't really give a damn about people's lives! But me? My friends and family are something I wouldn't trade for the world. I'll protect them, no matter what!
As you wish. I won't hold back. Come.
I hope he doesn't hold back. The last couple fights have been sort of embarrassingly easy. But I'm going to actually leave this fight to the next episode, because we're out of time. So, see you then.